This is Pat Soundbites Unplugged, the podcast where all the artists go to tell it as it is. Careers, music, tours, and more. And here's your host, the man that refuses to eat squid, Pat Calamari.
Well, hello, Pat Calamari here, Pat Soundbites Unplugged, episode number 19. Yeah. Today, December the 12th, 2019, on a Thursday, and I see it's National Sound Check Day. Don't even ask me who comes up with this stuff. Hey, we need more reverb. How about some cowbell? Okay, that's my best I'm going to do for that. Enjoy whatever you need to do for National Sound Check Day. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as I mentioned in previous podcast segments, I have been blessed to have many opportunities in interviewing rock legends, whether via phone or in person. Trust me, I have a bunch. Being the guy doing my best in keeping new music alive on the radio airways has certainly opened a big door for me in the music industry. And let's face the fact, although new record sales are pretty much non-existent with all this downstreaming, many of these artists continue to create new music. I mean, that's what they do. It's in their blood. What else are they going to do? And I am fortunate to be with an independent radio station here in New York, WBXO, which allows me to create my own playlists and spin their new tunes over the radio airways. And let me tell you, every one of these artists, local, national, indie, whoever, are oh so very grateful. So that being said, and it's Thursday, and as they call Thursday Throwback Thursday, let me kind of set the stage for today's interview. So last night I watched on TV the big interview with Dan Rather, and his guest was rock legend Jon Anderson of Yes on the Access channel, I should say. Now, I was never a big fan of Dan Rather. I know he was a news reporter, news journalist. But out of the blue, in the last couple of years, he started interviewing all these great musicians and some actors, celebrities. And I became a fan of the show as a music lover. I mean, why not? I really want to hear the stories. And some of the folks he's had on, I've interviewed. So I know a little bit about the stories. And I had interviewed Jon Anderson, but I'll get into that in a minute. If you are a Yes fan or a Jon Anderson fan, I certainly would encourage you to view this particular interview segment. These days, it seems Jon is in a very, very happy place, happy with his marriage to his wife Jane for over 20 plus years, proud of his kids, happy to be a grandparent. Life is well for him at the young age of 75. Now, not to say he wasn't happy before, but he is all about happiness and love and energy, and he's a free spirit. And this all translates into his songwriting. I mean, it's no secret to any Yes fan. It's about the love of their great music. And those songs that take you on an outer space, close your eyes, ride into the atmosphere. You know, and I'm not talking about adding a toke or two here or there and then you're way above the clouds. I became a Yes fan late in the 70s, hearing what everybody heard, that long and very different tune on the radio called Roundabout. And it was different in John Falsetto's voice. Well, you know the deal. And that caught my attention, and I went and purchased Going for the One. Then it was Fragile, then it was Close to the Edge, and everything before and after. And I was a fan, and certainly 90125, and as they say, the rest is history. Now, let me fast forward. I've been able to attend a few Yes shows, as well as the ARW, Anderson, Rabin, and Wakeman. Last year, I attended 50 years of Yes and met the band after the show, all except for, Steve Howe. In a blink of an eye, he was there, and then he was gone. He did not hang out long, and I really wanted to get a picture with him. This year, I attended the Royal Affair Tour which was John Lodge, which was Asia, Carl Palmer's ELP. And I have interviewed before Jeff Downs and was blessed to interview Jeff at the venue before the show up here at Bethel Woods in New York. And a great show. And Jeff is a terrific guy. And of course, yes, has John Davidson on lead vocals. And let's just set the record straight. John Davidson is a good singer, he's a good fit, and he's a super nice guy. But you and I know he is not Jon Anderson. He never will be, and he doesn't try to be. So there is a difference. A lot of people came away liking what they see with Yes. Some people are okay, some people are not. It is what it is. I mean, come on. Arnel Pinera is an outstanding singer. Currently in Journey. I mean, I love Journey. And I've seen Journey with Steve Perry, oh my God, numerous times. But he's not Steve Perry, right? Kelly Hansen, a magnificent singer, over-the-top performer in Foreigner. But he'll never be Lou Gramm, nor does he try to be or want to be. Over time, let's face it, times have changed, and if you love music like me, well, you go with the flow. You know, these guys are getting older, some are passing on, but thank God the music lives on, and they find someone that could fit the part. Everybody has their opinion, and I'm all cool with that. So you don't have to blast me whether you agree with me or not agree with me. Now, back to Jon Anderson. Jon released a solo album back in March of this year, 1,000 Hands, and it says Chapter 1. So I'm taking it to be other chapters. And he went on to tour and promote this amazing album over the spring and summer. And as I mentioned, I am truly blessed to have had the opportunity to have a very, and I say very quick chat with Jon back on March the 20th of this year from his hotel room in Orlando. And one of the reasons I was able to get the interview, they was very specifically told me no more than 10 minutes. Get it done even before that. So it was really, about 7 minutes and change, and it went rather fast. But still, hey, I got to speak with Jon Anderson, and it was a cool experience. And you're going to hear one of his grandsons, or grandchildren, I should say, jump on at the beginning. It's kind of cute. So again, for Throwback Thursday, taking you back to my quick interview with the great rock legend Jon Anderson. I hope you enjoy it. And as always, share, tell your friends. I appreciate it. Live, love, and laugh a lot, my friends, because life is way too short. Enjoy. Here is Jon Anderson. WBXO Classic Rock Redefined, a special edition on the Pat Show today. An honor to have an amazing rock legend, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, an incredible songwriter, and one of the most recognizable voices in rock history, being the frontman for the great band Yes. Welcome, Mr. Jon Anderson. Hi, Jon. Thanks for your time.
It's great to be here. Great to be with you.
Okay, Jon. Jon and his 8-piece band will embark on a 2-month tour, Past, Present, and Future tour, which starts up again on March 29th in Lynn, Massachusetts, in support of his most recent solo album, 1,000 Hands, which is officially out March 31st, and he's coming pretty much to a sold-out show at the Ridgefield Playhouse on April 6th. I think there's like 5 tickets left. Congratulations on this fantastic album, Jon.
Thank you. Really enjoyed making it. It's a funny album. It took us 30 years to get it finished. It was started off in 30 years ago in 1990 in Big Bear in New York, in Los Angeles, south of Los Angeles. And it took us forever to decide what we're going to do with the music, and eventually we got it finished.
Well, and what a great job. I got to say, we got to kudos to your album producer, Michael T. Franklin. I've read the story. I've watched a few of your interviews, so I'm pretty familiar with the process of what happened. And, wow, he really did some homework in putting a stunning array of guest artists as well. I mean, an all-star lineup. Alan White, Chris Squire, Ian Anderson, Carmine Appice, Chick Corea, And many others, including the great Steve Howe. I mean, that's not an easy accomplishment to do.
Well, these days, you can do it all through the internet. That's the way things work. And I remember getting in touch with Steve Howe about Christmas time, around that time, and we just finished this last track called Now and Again, and we sent him the track and said, Steve, just play what you want to play. And he played some nice, beautiful guitar parts, and I just started singing with it, as it comes very natural for me was to sing with Steve, because we wrote music forever in the 70s and 80s. So, it's really a joy to hear, Jean-Luc Ponty playing on the album as well, and Billy Cobham, one of the great drummers, playing on the album. So, fantastic.
Excellent. And the title of the album originally wasn't A Thousand Hands. I think if I read correctly, you changed it to kind of give homage to all these magnificent musicians who contributed their time and efforts. Am I correct?
Yeah. Originally it was called Us Lot, which means a lot of us. That's what you call in north of England. You say, us lot, let's go and play football.
Okay.
And it just happens that Michael Franklin managed to get so many great people like Tower of Power, Zap Mama to come and sing on it. And the album has got a life of its own. So we're very excited to see doing so well in pre-sales. And we're not using a record company. We just want people to be able to get the record if they want it. We don't need the hard sell from a record company because the music speaks for itself.
Absolutely. And here we are an independent station, and I create my own playlist, and we're doing everything to keep new music alive on the radio airways. And we've been playing Ramalama and Makes Me Happy, and I Found Myself, and great positive feedback. The album, I hear like a lot of tropical reggae, some jazz, some symphony, a little rock, and I think the theme I get is a lot of love and happiness. So I'll ask you, John, what was the theme behind the album? And in a few words, can you describe what you wanted the album to sound like when it was completed?
Well, like the band, we have a band of 8 musicians, and with me it's 9 people on stage, and we have the best time ever. We're just having a great time making music. We're rehearsing again this week, getting ready for the first shows next week, and we're very, very blessed to be doing what we do, and that's what comes over with the music. And when we go on stage, we're going to put on the best show ever, tour the world, and have a great time for a couple of years.
That is excellent. Let me ask you, John, I mean, your voice, one of the most recognizable, amazing voices in rock history, and I've asked great legends as well, Glenn Hughes, Paul Rogers, Robin Zander. What preventive measures do you do? What do you do to take care to maintain your longevity of having that great voice so that allows you to continue to sing and tour?
I just think the idea of waking up in the morning, having breakfast with my lovely wife Jane, going into the studio and singing every day for the joy of singing. And what comes out is just, to me, it's a miracle that I still enjoy singing so much. And I enjoy singing Roundabout. I enjoy singing old Yes songs as well as new songs. And I feel very grateful to do what I do.
That is excellent. Well, let me ask you, sir, what's left on the bucket list? Maybe writing a score for a Broadway show, or maybe considering writing a book detailing like the many years of Yes and maybe some of the stories behind your magnificent lyrics?
Well, I've thought about doing a book about what my lyrics really mean, which could be a big seller.
I'm sure.
Writing my memoirs, of course, like most artists, you get to a certain time in your life. That'll come out next year, maybe. And Broadway, I've got a couple of musicals that I've written, and another one coming along. So if the time is right and the door's open for me to be able to do anything like that, I'd be more than happy.
Well, we look forward to anything you do. I know we got to let you go in a second. I got one more last question I got to ask. A Yes reunion would be one heck of an event, John. I think you're kind of agreed to it, but I'm sure the chances are good maybe down the line. Anything's possible. Any thoughts?
Yeah, you'll be the first person I call.
Well, I appreciate it, John. Remember that Pat Calamari. If you love seafood, you can't forget about me in New York playing all your music. As an independent, I can create my own playlist, and I look forward to promoting you and promoting this album, this great album, and your tour, my friend.
Thank you so much, Pat. I wish you well.
John Safe Travels, the great Jon Anderson on WBXO. We are classic rock, and we are redefined.